afternoon from Brookside Park in Ashland, Ohio. Katie McDonald's the pitcher, 6'3" senior, over 120 strikeouts, and a terrific hitter as well. Jocelyn Frazier at third base can't catch up with that fastball. Quickly down the count, 0-1. Poland in the all-white. Ontario going with their alternate black uniforms today. And again, Frazier can't catch up with the fastball on the outside of the part of the plate. It's quickly in an 0-2 hole. Poland Seminary 9-5 on the season. But they play some very tough competition up there in the Youngstown area. Hit in the air to center field, and that is going to be a home run for Frazier. Jocelyn Frazier takes it out to dead center field, where it's unofficially 220 feet. Well, the Ontario Warriors get out quickly, getting on McDonald early with the 2-out home run from Frazier. And I don't know if you can see it out there, but they put up there's a temporary net fence out in front of the real outfield fence. Unofficially, it's 190 down the left field line, 220 to straightaway center where Frazier hit that ball, and 210 down the right field line is Kylie Snow, the catcher, way out in front of the off-speed pitch from McDonald. And through the circle for a base hit, so back-to-back hits for the Warriors. Kylie Snow headed for Heidelberg in the fall. Gets aboard with 2 outs. That'll bring up Autumn Taylor playing left field, a junior. Had to go and retrieve that ball that Frazier hit over the center field fence. Runner bluffs as Taylor takes strike 1. McDonald very good at getting ahead of the hitters quickly, getting that first strike. Taylor able to lay off the pitch off the plate to even the count. Taylor also does a little pitching as well as playing the outfield. Can't catch up to that fastball, fouling it away to the right side. Now they finally retrieve the ball that Frazier hit out. So Kylie Hudrin at second base there. Again, McDonald ahead in the count. Tries to get Taylor to fish. No go. And the count even at 2-2. Right up in the circle, McDonald able to put it away herself.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. It's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you, especially if you're Tyler. Tyler. Our breakfast.
Oh.
If you want a better breakfast you'll never forget, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
Get on the right.
Well, the Ontario Warriors, they're gathered around their pitcher, Eden Howard. See her there, only a sophomore. And she'll be facing a freshman, Eliana Thompson. Thompson playing at third base today. And Howard quickly ahead with the 0-1 count. Thompson, one of 6 freshmen in this Poland team. And what a pick over at third base by Jocelyn Frazier. Hit it dead on the screws, but Frazier in the right place. That'll bring up the catcher, Leanna Baccieri, also a freshman. Coach Jim Serge was saying they play a pretty tough schedule up there in the Mahoning Valley, and it's given these freshmen a lot of experience early in this season, which can only help in a tournament situation like this. No need for the umbrellas yet, and hopefully not at all today. Weather is threatening a bit here in north central Ohio. Howard misses with the fastball. Howard ahead 1-2, misses up and away. It's 68 degrees here in Ashland. Off speed. In there for a strike. What little breeze there is, about 5 to 10 miles per hour, is blowing across from left to right to the right field fair pole. And so Baccieri draws the 1-out walk.
Shortstop, number 23.
I'll bring up shortstop Mary Brandt. Brandt batted .384 last season, and she fouls one away to the right side. Olivia Krieger, first place, playing in front of the bag. Frazier at third, also in front of the bag. Outfielder straightaway to Frazier at third. And they do get the lead runner. Get another look at it. Not a hard hit ball. Frazier got it there as fast as she could. Playing in front of the bag certainly helped. Had she been back behind the line, might not have got it there in time. So 2 down, and the pitcher, Katie McDonald, will stand in against 6'3", a senior OPS over 1,000 as the runner goes, and she'll be in there safely with a steal. So the Poland Seminary Bulldogs decide to get the running game going here with 2 outs. And they put their first runner in scoring position. McDonald hit 4 home runs and had 21 RBI in 2022, batting .338 on the season. Into center, and that'll drop in for a hit. Runner coming around, and she will score, Brandt, and that puts the Bulldogs back on level terms. McDonald with the RBI single to help her own cause. Solidly hit. Center fielder Mullins decided not to come in and try for the catch. Now, Ava Sabrin, a junior, will come in to run for the pitcher McDonald, the designated runner.
Brings up the first baseman, number 18.
Leanne Williams, a junior, playing first base, standing in. Off-speed pitch fools Williams. We've seen here in the first inning, both pitchers very effective at getting strike one. And that evens the count. First game of this Wendy Spring Classic here on OH Report. Thanks for joining us here on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Hayden Gray is in the center field camera at the tent. Off-speed pitch foul back to make it 1-2. Adam Thompson up here handling the technical aspects. Brian Skoronski and Travis Berardi doing pregame interviews and other camera work. I'm Keith Kokinda. The lights are on. The clouds have moved through. There's some dark clouds off to beyond the outfield, the right center field fence. It seems to be moving quickly. What's coming through here is a bit lighter, which is a good sign. Howard just misses outside to run the count to 2-2. In fact, now you can probably even see a little bit of sun peeking through. A looper beyond the outfield will drop. So the Bulldogs get back-to-back singles with 2 outs following the fielder's choice. Meredith Trevis will stand in, playing in right field. Trevis, a senior, takes strike one. Katie McDonald second, Williams at first. And Bulldogs doing this all with 2 outs as Trevis quickly behind 0-2, fouling that one away. As the young girl goes to track that down and get it back to our umpires. Howard missing away, wasting one to make it 1-2. And both corner infielders, Frazier at third, Krieger at first, playing in front of their bags. Shortstop Snow playing well to the left, and that'll give her a chance to make this play in the hole, and she does to end the inning. But the Bulldogs get back on level terms, 1-1 after 1. This is the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price, displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
Top of the second, 1-1 between Ontario and Poland Seminary. Eden Howard, the sophomore pitcher for the Ontario Warriors in the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, will step in. You see a shot of the American flag and the light breeze that is blowing basically from left to right. It's been moving around. It was blowing out to dead center a few hours ago and even out toward the right field fence. But a little stronger. It has died down again, probably about 5 miles per hour, according to WeatherNation.com, WeatherNationTV.com, that is. Howard fouls that one back. Katie McDonald helping her own cause, getting the game-tying RBI there in the bottom of the first. One Howard can't catch up with the fastball. Has to be a little like facing Randy Johnson with McDonald at 6'3", considerably shortening that distance from home plate to the pitcher's circle. Looped into right field for a base hit. So Howard returns the favor and gets a single off McDonald. That will bring up Olivia Krieger playing first base. Krieger, a junior.
Number 19, Olivia Krieger.
The elder of the Krieger sisters. Brinley is a freshman. Two sets of sisters in this team, along with the McDonalds. Katie's younger sister, Lillian, also a freshman.
Give him the whole stack. He's giving away 20 programs to each team.
Runner goes, pitches outside, but the base is stolen, and the throw gets away, which will allow Howard to get to third base easily. Not sure how they'll score that advance to third, but definitely a stolen base as we look at it again. Good pitch to handle, but the throw offline, and the shortstop Brandt couldn't get over there in time. But certainly Baccieri had a good opportunity. The Warriors looking to retake the lead as Krieger fouls one off. Krieger, the number 7 hitter for Ontario. Takes outside to even the count at 2-2. Mentioned Ontario, of their 4 losses, 3 of them have been by 1 run.
He said that whole stack goes to them. Yeah, he said 20.
Slow roll to third. They'll get the runner at first. Nice work by Thompson at third base to look that runner back. So with 1 out, that will bring up Alex Switage playing at second base. Switage, a senior. Warriors 7-1 in the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference. The only loss was to the River Valley Vikings, splitting a doubleheader with them earlier this season. And again, McDonald getting that first pitch over for a strike. And Thompson playing in front of the bag at third. And McDonald quickly up ahead 0-2. Brandt, the shortstop, playing pretty shallow. That one's popped up right in front of the plate. Easily handled by the catcher, Jewell. So after the leadoff single and Howard getting to throw on the steal and the bad throw, that'll bring up the designated player, Jakaya Trammell, a sophomore and a left-handed hitter. Showed a bunt, but took strike one instead. Lena Creed, a sophomore, is the right fielder for Ontario, not batting. Poland defense, again, it's Ellie Thompson at third. Mary Brandt at shortstop over on the left side. Kylie Hudrin at second base. And Leanne Williams at first. In the outfield, Ella Gaffney, Avery Yakubovich, and Meredith Trevis left to right. As Trammell fouls it away to make it 2-2. Her last name is spelled just like Alan Trammell, the great Tiger shortstop of the 1980s, but she pronounced it Trammell. And she can't catch up with that. Strike three. First strikeout for McDonald. And we stay at 1-1 after an inning and a half. This is the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Looking for clutch swings, smash hits, rockin' dingers, and walk-off one-hit wonders? Tune in to Big League's greatest hits on the Roundup Wednesday nights with me, Big League Berardi.
There's Ella Gaffney standing in for Poland Seminary here in the bottom of the second to lead off for the Bulldogs. 1-1 our score. And Eden Howard gets the first pitch over for strike one. There's a good look at the sophomore pitcher for the Ontario Warriors. And fool Gaffney with that breaking ball. Quickly get ahead 0-2. See some of the Warriors fans there. And there. Colors normally royal blue and yellow, but going with the black alternates today. Poland Seminary blue, royal blue, and white as Gaffney stays alive by fouling it off. She's playing in left field for the Bulldogs. Poland Seminary 9-5, but don't be fooled. They do play a very tough schedule up there in the Mahoning Valley. Games against Boardman, even going over into Geauga County to play Chardon earlier this season. Howard wastes one looking for Gaffney to fish, can't get it. And there we have a pooch sighting. And Gaffney again fooled for strike three. First strikeout for Howard.
The second baseman, number 3, Kylie Hudrin.
Kylie Hudrin playing at second base. A sophomore stands in. Off-speed pitch in there for strike one. Jocelyn Frazier at third. Kylie Snow at shortstop for Ontario on defensively, as there it is, our OH report K9 cam. That's over on the first base side. On the right side of the infield, Alex Switage at second base with Olivia Krieger at first. Outfield left to right, Autumn Taylor, Taylor Mullins, and Lena Creed. 1-1 just missed outside. And Trista Jewell doing the catching. There's the inflatable Wendy out there. Big prize to any hitter who hits that on the fly out there beyond the right field fence. And it's beyond the actual fence out there, so it would take a pretty good shot to hit it as Howard pulls the string and gets the count even to 2-2. Nasty change up there from the sophomore. Breeze began to freshen a little bit, but still blowing pretty much across from left center to the right field line. As Howard misses away to run the count full. Hudrin, one of the key returnees for this team, according to Jim Sarich, the manager. And that one got away, so a one-out walk for the Bulldogs. Second walk issued by Howard. She also walked the hitter with one out in the first. Avery Jakubowicz standing in, another freshman playing in center field. 1 run, 3 hits for the Warriors. 1 run, 2 hits for the Bulldogs as Jakubowicz fouls that one off. She knocked the umpire's indicator out of his hand. And Poland was able to score that run. Admittedly, it was the following hitter after Boccieri's walk, Brandt, who scored on the hit by McDonald. Jakubowicz takes inside to even the count at 1-1. And we had to do some schedule rearranging. John Davis, the president of the tournament, had to change things up as Milford from down near Cincinnati was forced to withdraw from this tournament late last night. Right back to Howard in the circle, to short for one. Can't turn two, though. Excellent job of feeling her position by Eden Howard. We'll take a look at it again. Hard hit ball. Nice work by the shortstop Snow trying to turn that, but not enough time. With 2 outs, back to the top of the order. Ball's fouled off at the plate by Thompson. Nellie Thompson at third. And off the pitcher's glove, goes into the hole. And it's Thompson with her first hit. She's now 1 for 2 after lining out to her opposite number to start the game. Bulldogs get a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and that'll bring up the catcher, Leanna Boccieri. She walked and was forced out. As you get the wide shot here, the sun trying to shine through here. But so far, a very nice day here in Ashland. The clouds have lightened considerably. It's still overcast, but they're definitely lighter than they were when we started the game. Boccieri fights that one off, and that puts Howard again ahead 0-2. Stand corrected. Bulldogs have 7 freshmen in the team. With 3 of them playing in the starting lineup today. Boccieri, the second hitter, up there. And reaches out to foul that one off the fencing on the right side.
Lebanon's coach is here looking for his paper. Gotcha. They already gave him programs.
One, two count. A liner to shortstop. Snow. Did she make the catch? No signal. Yes, she did make the catch. Didn't see a signal from the home plate umpires responsible for that call, but she did make the play. So after 2, still 1-1 in Game 1 of the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Looking for the best defensive plays on the baseball field and the softball diamond? Well, join me, Big League Berardi, for Diamond Cuts exclusively on the Roundup.
Poland Seminary there in the white uniforms. Getting ready for the top of the third. It's 1-1. Both teams scoring in the first inning. Both teams pitchers. Eden Howard and Katie McDonald contributing to the runs. As we get a look at Mary Brandt also playing basketball. We'll get to that later. And Katie McDonald surrendered that first inning home run to Jocelyn Frazier, who will bat third in this inning as the Warriors send the top of the order back up. Taylor Mullins, the center fielder, who bounced out to the shortstop, Brandt, to lead things off. And we apologize for the issues we had at the beginning of the game. We were trying to get everything in the computer in the proper order and didn't quite have the time. To right center, and that'll go all the way through to the fence. Mullins will reach second easily. So a leadoff double for Mullins. 4 hits for the Warriors now, 2 of them for extra bases. Trista Jewell at second base stand-in. She also bounced out to Brandt at short in the first inning. And almost a good play by the fan back there in the stands.
Nothing in the brown box anymore, no. Just shirts in the white.
And again, Jewell unable to catch up with the McDonald fastball. We've seen a lot of that from the Warriors. You see McDonald, one of the best pitchers in the Mahoning Valley. So far being played to a standstill by these Warriors, and Eden Howard in the circle for Ontario. Off speed to right field. Creed has it, but the runner tagged and will advance to third.
The third baseman, number 11, Jocelyn Frazier.
So I guess Trevis out in right field for Poland. So Frazier stands in. Can't catch up to that fastball, unlike in the first inning when she homered to dead center field to give Ontario a short-lived 1-0 lead. Frazier is senior, playing at third base today. Off speed, and Frazier swings right through it to make it 0-2. And those first pitch strikes so important. McDonald and Howard have both done a pretty good job with that so far today. And Frazier was down 2 strikes when she hit that home run in the first. Frazier not fishing there to make it 1-2. Down the left field line, but foul. And that breeze freshening a little bit more, getting up to about 10 miles per hour. There you see our fan zone. There you see the hashtag fan zone on our OH.report Twitter feed. So that was the name of, I'm guessing, was somebody connected to Kylie Hudron of Poland Seminary. And just go to find OH Report on Twitter and use that hashtag FanZone. Find me there following them as well. I'm Keith Kokinda. Glad you could join us here on our Facebook Live page and YouTube channel as Frazier chases the fastball out of the zone for strike 3. Second strikeout for McDonald. Kylie Snow, the shortstop, will stand in. The future Heidelberg player singled following Frazier's home run in the first. Mullins down at third. She doubled and advanced on the flyout by Jewell. Not chasing, and that wind still blowing pretty much from left field to the right field line. It is getting up to about 10 miles per hour now. And it is feeling a little cooler. The Lebanon Warriors team are already here. We'll have that game following this. They'll be taking on the Amherst Steel Comets, who look like they just arrived. As we get a battle between Greater Cleveland and Greater Cincinnati in our second game here. Snow outside in front of that off-speed pitch to make it 2-2. Poland Seminary just opened up a new softball field back at the end of March. Had to be pushed back a day due to weather as Snow gets the count to run full. And corner infielders, even with the bags, fouled straight back over our heads. We'll do it again. And Thompson about a step inside the bag at third, hugging the line. Also on the line over at first base, Leanne Williams playing even with the bag. Hudron at second base moved way to her left. In the air to left field. And that drops just foul outside the line. It's a good thing for the Bulldogs, too, because Gaffney had a long way to run to catch up to that one. There it is. You can see she missed it by a gnat's eyelash, if I may borrow from the late, great Bob Prince. A little nod to Travis Berardi, our resident Pirates fan. And he's here along with the whole crew, Brian Skoronsky, Adam Thompson, and Hayden Gray, all here alongside me. I'm Keith Kokinda on OH Report for this 30th Wendy Spring Classic, and Snow can't catch up to that. Third strikeout for McDonald. Still 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the third. This is the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. It's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you, especially if you're Tyler. Tyler. Have breakfast.
Oh.
If you want a better breakfast you'll never forget, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
You see the lights are on here at Brookside Park in Ashland, Ohio for this Wendy Spring Classic. The clouds are beginning to darken a little bit more. That breeze still blowing at about 10 miles per hour as Mary Brandt takes a pitch inside for strike one. Brandt reached on a fielder's choice in the first and then scored on the single by Katie McDonald. Fouled off at the plate as it hit Brandt while she was still in the box. Both these teams making their fifth appearance. As there you get a look at John Davis back there in the background in the blue shirt, the tournament president, providing us with all the help we need. As Brandt takes outside to make it 1-2. And both teams making their fifth appearance in this tournament. Ontario looking for their first win. They have lost all 3 games they have played. Ontario, on the other hand, or Poland Seminary, on the other hand, have only won 4 of their 5 games in this tournament. As I mentioned, later we'll be looking at Amherst, Steel, and Lebanon. Have that following this game here on OH Report. High fly ball in the deep center field, and it's gone. Home run, Mary Brandt. And again, both home runs hit the dead center where it's 220 unofficially. And the Bulldogs take their first lead of the day. And that even sounded good. Out on the outside part of the plate. There wasn't anything Jocelyn Frazier was going to be able to do about that. That'll bring in the pitcher, Katie McDonald, who drove in the Bulldogs' first run back in the first. And Brandt giving us a big smile after the home run, and well, she should. And Brandt had reached on a fielder's choice that stole second before McDonald's single to right field scored Brandt. Now Eden Howard behind for the first time. Into right field. And it's going to be bounce over the fence for a ground rule double. Well, McDonald again going the opposite way. She's 2 for 2. And again, she'll step out for the designated runner, Ava Sabrin.
32, Ava Sabrin running at second. Brings up the first baseman, number 18, Leona.
Yeah, Lena Creed very quickly out there in right field to put her hands up when that ball went either over or under the fence. Yeah, it's a temporary net fence out there. It's easy. I'm sure a ball could easily get underneath it. It's only anchored down at the posts. Now, Leanne Williams, who's playing at first base today, takes ball 1. Williams singled in the first, but got no further. And now Williams ahead in the count. Take that back. It was on the outside corner, so 1-1. Howard wearing one of those wristbands that a lot of pitchers wear now, getting the signals from her coach for the pitch. Right back to Howard in a circle, who makes a terrific play. Again, it's the second time we've seen Howard make a terrific defensive play. Did that back in the second to get the force out on Hudron. With one out, that'll bring up Meredith Trevis, who takes strike one. Trevis grounded out to shortstop to end the first inning. Right back to Howard again, another outstanding defensive play. Well, just like McDonald helping her cause with her pitching, Howard helping her own cause with her fielding. 2 outs, and Ella Gaffney, the left fielder, will stand in. She struck out swinging to lead off the second. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Bulldogs as Howard goes off speed but misses. 1 run, 4 hits for Ontario. 2 of those hits, again, being for extra bases. To right center field and deep, over there to make the play is Lena Creed to end the inning. But the Bulldogs strike and take their first lead of the game. After 3 innings, it's 2-1 Poland Seminary. This is the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
Yeah, you see there the weather is looking a bit more threatening now. The darker clouds moving in here through north central Ohio. It looks like it's moving relatively quickly, so hopefully it won't be a problem. Some people have their umbrellas at the ready. 2-1, Bulldogs leading, taking their first lead of the game back in the bottom of the third on the home run by Mary Brandt, the shortstop. Autumn Taylor for Ontario leading off the 4th inning for the Ontario Warriors. She's up in the count 2-0. Taylor lined out to McDonald, the pitcher, to end the first inning. To second base, and it's an easy play for Kylie Hudron.
The pitcher, number 7, Eden Howard.
Well, Eden Howard, who's been terrific defensively, as well as 1-for-1 with a stolen base in the second. To shortstop. And that's 2. Relatively easy play for Mary Brandt. Now Olivia Krieger at first base will stand in. She grounded out to third in the second inning. Strike 1. It's a good thing they turned the lights on when they did. The wind seems to be about the same, 5 to 10 miles per hour. It looks like it shifted a little bit, though, blowing out more towards right center, which it was doing early this afternoon, back when the sun was still shining. And Leanne Williams comes in to have a brief chat with Katie McDonald, the senior pitcher. Just missed outside. I'd like to thank those of you up in Poland at the Poorhouse who are watching this game here on OH Report. Bouncer to second, and another easy play for Kylie Hudrin. So 3 up, 3 down for the Warriors. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Still 2-1 Poland Seminary. This is the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Looking for clutch swings, smash hits, rockin' dingers, and walk-off one-hit wonders? Tune in to Big League's greatest hits on the Roundup Wednesday nights with me, Big League Variety.
Eight, 9, and 1 hitters for Poland Seminary Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 4th, leading 2-1. Kylie Hudrin at second base, leading it off. She walked in the second and was taken out on a fielder's choice. Made 2 of the 3 assists in that second inning. Lines it to her opposite number over at second base for Ontario, Alex Switaj, who makes a very good play. Not an overly hard hit ball, but Switaj had to go up and get it a little bit. Either way, it's the first out, and that will bring up the center fielder, Avery Yakubovich, who hit into that aforementioned fielder's choice in the second. At top of the 4th for Ontario is the first time a team has gone down in order in this game. Right back to Howard, who again fielded positioned very well. And she made a couple of excellent defensive plays in the 3rd, and there she is again. A little bit of an off-speed hit, though. Back to the top of the order with Ellie Thompson, the freshman. Thompson lined out to 3rd to open the game and then singled in the 2nd. Howard goes off speed and gets it in there to even the count 1-1. Goes down and in, missing there to make it 2-1. One of the rare times that either pitcher has fallen behind with a 2-balls count or more. As we look at Olivia Krieger over there at first base for Ontario, playing very close to the line, a step inside the bag. Likewise with Jocelyn Frazier over at third. Right back to Howard again. So like McDonald in the top of the fourth, Howard returns the favor and sets the Bulldogs down 1-2-3. 4 complete here in Ashland. There's your score at the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Looking for the best defensive plays on the baseball field and the softball diamond? Well, join me, Big League Berardi, for Diamond Cuts exclusively on the Roundup.
Alex Swightage will lead things off for the Ontario Warriors here in the top of the fifth. 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Warriors, just like the Bulldogs had 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom of the fourth. As you look at Katie McDonald, the pitcher, only give up the 1 run. Swightage popped out to second in the second inning. Swightage, a senior, a much more experienced Ontario team compared to Poland Seminary. Temperature dropped a little bit down to 66 degrees, but again, that wind's still blowing about 5 to 10 miles per hour across the way from left center field to right to the shortstop, Brandt, out number 1. Jakaya Trammell, the designated player, stands in. She struck out to end the second inning. It was the first strikeout for Katie McDonald. And again, Trammell showing a bunt as she did in that second inning, drawing in Thompson from third. She's already playing several steps inside the base over there. And Thompson charging as again Trammell shows bunt. Also playing at first base. Williams coming in from her position as well. Now Trammell takes a swipe at it and misses on the high fastball to go down 1-2. Checking the radar, there is some rain headed this way as Trammell goes down swinging for the second time today. 2 outs, back to the top of the order, and Taylor Mullins, the center fielder. Grounded out to shortstop to start the game and then doubled in the third. One of 2 extra base hits for the Warriors, the other being the home run by Jocelyn Frazier in the first. 1 run, 4 hits for the Warriors. 2 runs, 5 hits for Poland Seminary Bulldogs. Well, both runs came in, 2 of the 3 runs came in that first inning. And each team has a home run. As Mullins is now down 0-2. Zooming in on the Weather Nation radar here, this cell is moving in from the southwest as Mullins drives it foul on the right field line. The cell is moving from southwest to northeast, and there are some yellow and red echoes in it. To deep right field, way back, home run for Taylor Mullins. So the center fielder puts the Warriors back on level terms here in the top of the fifth. And all Meredith Trevis could do was watch. All three home runs have been to center field, too. So all square in the top of the fifth. And again, Katie McDonald is one of the top pitchers in the Mahoning Valley area up there around Youngstown. Trista Jewell, the junior playing second base, stands in. Grounded out to shortstop in the first and flied out to right in the third. That fly ball did advance Mullins to third, but McDonald struck out the last two hitters, Frazier and Snow, to end that threat. Through the right side for a base hit for Jewell, who's now 1 for 3. And again, just as they did in the first, the Warriors getting that run and getting these hits after 2 outs. And speaking of home runs, here is Jocelyn Frazier, who hit that home run with 2 outs in the top of the first to give the Warriors the opening lead. And there you can see the darkening clouds overhead here in Ashland, Ohio. That's actually behind our location, what's above us here, but it's coming this way. Again, it's coming from southwest to northeast, and that's to our southwest right now. And there you can see the view from our center field camera as Frazier fouls that right over our heads. And Hayden Gray out there in the tent in center field with that shot. And that's coming from behind our location. Off-speed pitch. Jewell bluffs a steal, drawing the attention of Leanna Baccieri, the Poland Seminary catcher. 1-1. McDonald misses outside again. Up in the air to right center field. That could be trouble with that wind, and can't make the play. And that will score a run. The Warriors retake the lead. Frazier gets to second base. Not sure if there's a little communication issue between Yakubovich in center field and Trevis and right. We'll take another look. Not sure if they'll score. We'll score that as an error on Yakubovich, the center fielder. So no RBI, but the Warriors take the lead, and that pitch gets away. Baccieri can't handle it, and that will enable Frazier to move over to third base. So Frazier has gotten 2 of the 3 runs in for the Warriors. And McDonald behind now 2-0 and maybe a little bit rattled. Snow did offer it that, so the shortstop now ahead just 2-1. She singled in the first. struck out to end the third. In the air to left field, Ella Gaffney has it lined up for out number 3, but the Warriors retake the lead, 3-2. Bottom of the 5th coming up. This is the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. It's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you, especially if you're Tyler. Tyler. Our breakfast.
Oh.
If you want a better breakfast you'll never forget, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
Eden Howard of the Ontario Warriors will look for a shutdown inning here as her team retakes the lead in the top of the 5th, 3-2. She'll be facing the catcher Leanna Baccieri to start it off, and she chases an off-speed pitch to go behind 0-1. Baccieri 0 for 1, walked in the first, and popped up to shortstop in the second. Baccieri also had the passed ball that allowed Frazier to advance to third in that top of the 5th, but got no farther. So back and forth we go between these two teams. Rain is just about reaching Mansfield right now to the southwest. Slow roller to third, out number 1. Good play by Frazier there. Mary Brandt, the shortstop, a junior, will stand in. She's 1 for 2. See an umbrella popping up there, so apparently some rain is starting to fall here in Ashland. Brandt has scored both of Poland Seminary's runs, reached on a fielder's choice in the first, stole second, and came home on the single by Katie McDonald, and then homered in the third. Off speed, and Brandt was badly fooled there. Nice contrast between pitchers. McDonald, the power pitcher, and Eden Howard, more of the finesse style. Wide of third, foul. And Frazier over there third, playing a step or two inside the bag and almost right on the line. Likewise with Krieger over at first. To left center field, calling for it out there is Mullins, and she has it for out number 2. So the pitcher, Katie McDonald, will stand in and see Mullins making the play out there in front of Hayden Gray out there in the tent. McDonald 2 for 2, a single, a double, and an RBI. Reaches out and fouls that one away to the right side. And there is Hayden's tent out there, which hopefully he's been forced to abandon now due to the threatening weather coming in. We certainly don't want him to be unsafe out there. But we still have that great center field shot. The two pitchers going at it nose to nose. McDonald, the senior for Poland Seminary. Howard, the sophomore for Ontario, who misses down and in to make it 2-1. You can see some darkening clouds out there beyond center field, but again, that's not where the trouble's coming from. It's coming from behind us. Our position up here behind home plate. And a nice off-speed pitch by Howard to get the count to 2-2. Wind has dropped a little bit, still somewhere between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Again, it's blowing more out towards right field now. 2-2 on the way to the right side, but foul. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on number 22, Katie McDonald. Through the middle, through the circle for a base hit. So McDonald 3 for 3. And she came into the game with a OPS over 1,000. That replay brought to you by Bob and Bob Door Company. And again, she'll step off for the designated runner, Ava Sabrin. With 2 outs, Leanna Williams at first base. A junior will stand in. Williams 1 for 2, singled in the first and lined out to Howard in the third, following the home run by Brandt and the double by McDonald. Off-speed pitch fooled her, and she fouls it off herself in the box. With over 300 vehicles to choose from, hit a home run on your next vehicle purchase at Donley Ford of Ashland. I mentioned the rest of the crew here. Again, Adam Thompson, our director, and Brian Skoronsky, Travis Berardi handling cameras and interviews, and I'm Keith Kokinda. Thank you for joining us here on the OH Report as we go now to the top of the 6th. There's your score. It's the Wendy's Spring Classic on OH Report.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
Hitters 5, 6, and 7 coming up in the 6th inning for the Ontario Warriors. Autumn Taylor, the left fielder, will stand in first. Ontario, you see they're leading 3-2, coming back with a couple runs in the 5th inning to retake the lead. So we get down to the business end of this game. Taylor popped up to the pitcher McDonald in the first and grounded out to second in the 4th. Taylor, a junior who also does some pitching for Ontario. Got a fastball run in on her to make the count 1-1. 3 runs, 6 hits for Ontario. 2 runs, 5 hits, and an error for Poland Seminary. In a game that's gone back and forth. Neither team is led by, both teams have led, but never by more than 1 run. Get a look at the Poland Seminary defensive setup. To right field for a base hit. So Taylor gets her first hit of the game. A solid single to right field.
The pitcher, number 7, Eden Howard.
third time the Warriors have gotten the leadoff runner on. And that will bring up the pitcher, Eden Howard. He's going to look to move the runner over, but hits it foul on the bunt attempt. Howard singled and stole second in the second inning, and grounded out to shortstop in the fourth. Again, of Ontario's 4 losses this season, 3 of them have been by a run. Manager Sean Snow certainly looking to extend this lead here if possible to avoid that possibility. The rain has reached Mansfield, which again is to our southwest, so it hasn't quite gotten here to Ashland yet. To shortstop. They get one, won't get the second one. So Howard reaches for the second time. This is on a fielder's choice. And that will bring up Olivia Krieger at playing at first. She's 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. Into right field. Nice play made there by Meredith Trevis to make it 2 outs. That'll bring up Alex Switage at second base, a senior. She is also 0 for 2 today. This McDonald busts the fastball on Switage. You can only foul it off. Get a look at the senior playing at second base for Ontario. Wind freshening a bit and blowing from left to that right field, left center to that right field line. Switage can't catch up with that McDonald fastball. Quickly down in the count, 0-2. Can't get her to chase. Seen that a number of times from McDonald today when she gets ahead 2 strikes. Try to get that rise ball up and away, see if they'll chase it. Not many have. Right back to McDonald. That will do it. So Poland Seminary, 2 more chances to get that lead back. Down 3-2 here at the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Looking for clutch swings, smash hits, rockin' dingers, and walk-off one-hit wonders? Tune in to Big League's greatest hits on the Roundup Wednesday nights with me, Big League Berardi.
Meredith Trevis leading off for the Poland Seminary Bulldogs, and she takes strike 1 against Eden Howard. Trevis will be followed by Ella Gaffney and Kylie Hudrin, the 6'7", 8 hitters for the Bulldogs, who trail by a run here. The shortstop, Snow. Low throw, and Krieger can't scoop it out. And error is going to be given to Krieger at first base. Well, first error by Ontario puts the leadoff hitter on for Ella Gaffney, the senior left fielder. The bunt attempt not handled by Jewell. Here's again. Jewell was leaning outside and the bunt went inside. And some umbrellas are going up over here on the right side. So the rain has clearly resumed and reached Ashland County. Gaffney pulls it back but takes a strike to go down 0-2. And there you see the seats on the right field side with the umbrellas up. Those are mostly the Ontario people over there. The people from Poland Seminary are right below us behind home plate. Not as many of them, but that's a long trip from the Youngstown area, whereas for Ontario, just coming over from Mansfield, it only take them no more than a half an hour. Eden Howard has been outstanding. A fly ball to right field. Creed able to make the play going near the line. Big first out there for the Warriors. Kylie Hudron.
The second baseman, number 3, Kylie Hudron.
Hudron, the senior at second base. 0 for 1 with a walk back in the second. Fouls that one away. Hudron lined out to Frazier in the fourth. We're getting reports of heavy rain in Mansfield right now, which is where to the southwest, where that cell is coming from. And looking at the radar shot from Weather Nation, there's some definite yellow and a little bit of reddish cells in there as well. And it's heading this way from behind us to our, basically our, when we get the shot from our camera up here, it's from our bottom left. Howard quickly ahead, 0-2. And again, Hudron only able to foul it away to the right side. You see another umbrella over there in those right field stands, somebody heading for cover. And there's the Poland Seminary people who get congregated mostly behind home plate, getting their umbrellas up as well. Along with Hayden Gray, Adam Thompson, Brian Skoronski, and Travis Berardi. I'm Keith Kokinda. Glad you could join us here on OH Report for this Wendy Spring Classic. Travis handling all the social media duties, especially on Twitter. Hudron into right field, but Creed is there once again, moving to her right this time for the second out. So Howard bounces back quickly after the fielding error to retire back-to-back hitters. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Avery Yakubovich. She is 0 for 2, and there you can see a little bit of rain on the lights out there. Lena Creed, who just made the last 2 putouts. And Yakubovich, 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice in the second, lined out to Howard in the fourth, and that'll be easily handled by Krieger for out number 3. So a big, terrific pitching performance there by Howard after allowing the leadoff runner. The top of the 7th, Ontario still holding on to that 1-run lead. This is the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Looking for the best defensive plays on the baseball field and the softball diamond? Well, join me, Big League Berardi, for Diamond Cuts exclusively on the Roundup.
Top of the 7th, the Ontario Warriors with a 3-2 lead over the Poland Seminary Bulldogs. A back-and-forth game as McDonald, that one might have slipped out of hand. The rain is picking up a little bit here. You see some people heading for cover here at Brookside Park in Ashland. And quickly they count 2-0 to Frazier. Frazier homered in the first, struck out in the third, reached on an error in the 5th. Or check that that's a pinch hitter in there. It's Brinley Krieger, the younger of the Krieger sisters, a freshman, taking the designated player spot of Jakiah Trammell. He swings through that fastball. Rain's getting heavier now. And the umpires are called it, so we're going to go in our rain delay format here. So stick around. We've got some features we're going to be able to run along with some pregame interviews. Alex Thompson will get that all taken care of. So again, there's your score and there's your situation. Ontario trying to hold on and close out this first game here in the Wendy Spring Classic, leading Poland Seminary 3-2. We will be back when the game resumes. This is the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. It's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you, especially if you're Tyler. Tyler. Our breakfast.
Oh. If you want a better breakfast you'll never forget, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. It's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you, especially if you're Tyler. breakfast.
Oh.
If you want a better breakfast you'll never forget, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
Everybody, and welcome to episode number 3 of the Roundup with me, Big League Berardi, brought to you by Spherion, Mid-Ohio. On today's episode, we will unveil the Week 2 winner of the Greatest Hits, our chart topper, as well as the nominees for Week number 3. We have a fresh batch of diamond cuts and a special guest that will bring those to you. And we also have the latest edition of the Talk of the Town Shout-Out Edition brought to you by Ply Mail Insurance Group. But first, we will begin with our highlighted conference scores and standings. This week, it is from the Northern 10, so let's get right to the baseball scores from the N10. Colonel Crawford getting their first couple of losses on the season. On the 14th, they were defeated by Riverdale 8-5. Also on that day, the Buckeye Central Bucks knocked off Crestline 9-3. A couple days ago, we get back into the non-conference. Carey, the Blue Devils, staying right up in the race in the Northern 10, a 6-3 non-conference victory over New Regal. Upper Sandusky, the top of the Northern 10, knocked off Riverdale 8-3. Then on Saturday, a couple doubleheaders. Winford with 2 impressive victories over Division II Galleon, 6-5 and 10-6. And the Willard Flashes, here come the Flashes. What a season they've had thus far. 15-5 and 13-5 over Bucyrus. And then we get back in yesterday, our conference races. Winford knocking off Mohawk 6-1. Upper Sandusky handling Bucyrus 15-2. Seneca East handing Colonel Crawford its first conference loss of the season, 8-7 as they came back to win. And the Carey Blue Devils a 9-3 victor over Buckeye Central. Now let's take a look at the Northern 10 baseball standings. Upper Sandusky with that Colonel Crawford loss alone at the top of the standings, 7-0, 12-1. They are a state-ranked Division II squad. The Eagles 9-3. Right behind them at 6-1. Those two teams will meet the final 2-game series of the conference slate in beginning of May. That will probably determine the conference champion. Will Winford, Carey, Mohawk, all 3 games behind, so they also are rooting for Colonel Crawford to give Upper Sandusky a couple losses. Winford, the same record as Colonel Crawford, though, 9-3. Carey, 8-6. Mohawk, 5-5. Seneca East with that win, they remain 4 games back of Upper Sandusky at 3-4 in conference, 4-6 overall. Buckeye Central and Bucyrus yet to get a conference victory, both with 2 wins apiece. Now moving over to the softball scores in the Northern 10. And Cardington, a perennial power in Division III, handling Mohawk, a surprising score actually, 14-0 in non-conference action. Colonel Crawford splitting with Lady Lex, last year's district champion in Division II, 12-0, and then an 11-7 victory for Colonel Crawford. They fell 12-0 in the first, but won the second 11-7. Monroeville, the Lady Eagles atop the Firelands Conference standings. We saw them last week in our highlighted conference, 9-1, 15-2 over the Buckeyes of Buckeye Central. And Upper Sandusky knocking off Riverdale 8-5. Also, Cary knocking off Macomb in a close one, 4-3. And then Winford in a doubleheader with Columbian. That's a split. They lost the first game 10-3, but won the second 15-9. And now to the scores from yesterday's conference slate. Cary knocking off the Buckettes 8-6. Colonel Crawford handling Seneca East 9-2. Mohawk as well handling Winford 15-2. And Upper Sandusky knocking off Bucyrus 11-4. Now let's take a look at the conference standings in softball. Cary, Upper Sandusky, Colonel Crawford all tied at 6-1. Cary and Crawford already split their series. Upper Sandusky and Crawford, like on the baseball side, they will meet on the softball side, the last conference series of the season. Mohawk, just a game behind at 5-2. They're 6-5 overall. Bucyrus, 3 games back at 3-4, 500 overall, 6-6. The Buckettes and Seneca East, both with 1 conference win apiece, 1-6. Buckeye Central 4-8, Seneca East 2-8, and Winford still yet to get a conference victory. They're at 0-7, 4-8 overall. So there you have it. The Northern 10 highlight our highlighted conference from this past week. I am joined now not by Brian Skoronsky. He's got a big old 10-gallon hat in Texas somewhere right now doing some work. But Hayden Gray is now here with me for this week's edition of Diamond Cuts. Welcome to the Roundup with me, Big League, Hayden.
Hey, glad to be here. I'll just try and do my best to fill in, Travis.
Well, I have all the faith in you, but you want to get going?
Yeah,
Let's roll
do it. Our first diamond cut of the week comes from Clear Fork, where catcher Dawson Staley went round and round and round until the ashes fell down, doing a nice job staying under the ball. It wasn't that bright of a day, but he had to do a nice job there to locate it, find it, and still get the out. Clear Fork doing great things down in the valley this season. Our next diamond cut comes in Northmore, where it was Brian Householder extending out to get this one. That's a big guy, and that's a lot of flexibility, and that's a play you don't see that often. Does a great job of securing the out for the Bulldogs. They played a great game that night against Northmore. Next up is Blake Bowen out of Worcester. The shortstop elevates to get the easy out and does it with ease. Just that elevation off 1 foot showing off. Our next diamond cut, again, down when the Cougars took on Clear Fork, and Nate Lynn makes an impressive play right here with the balance to stay on first base, swings it over to third. That pole wasn't exactly our friend, but they got the out. Impressive play for the Colts. Next up is Chesney Farrell in a game I got to see last night. What an incredible past few weeks and months that Farrell is having behind the plate, the catcher with the accuracy in the cannon to get it to second base. Runner doesn't slide, and the Lady Trojans get the out. Next is the double play duo here in the infield for the Senecas out of Calvert. Do a nice job of swinging it over on an impressive double play. The toss, the execution, and the turn is what really gets me, and the ability to place that ball right where it needed to be for the first baseman. And those are your diamond cuts for this week.
Thank you very much, Hayden. Well done. You replaced Brian with great execution yourself. And also, folks, next Thursday you can catch him with the first edition of On the Right Track, our track and field show. Nobody else does this here in North Central Ohio. I don't even think in the state of Ohio. So Hayden Gray breaking barriers with the first track and field show right here on the OH Report. I look forward to it. Anything we can look forward to on that show?
I don't know. I guess I'll just keep dropping more hints. We saw a couple Clear Fork Colts in the diamond cuts this week. We may see a Colt in episode 1 of On the Right Track.
Well, there we have it. Thank you very much, Hayden Gray.
Thank you, Travis.
Back with this week's edition of the Greatest Hits, brought to you by Big League's weekly top 40 well, minus 35, but you get the picture. Before we get into that, though, we need to go over last week's chart topper, the greatest hit from week number 2. So roll it. And it's Colonel Crawford's Aubrey Zizzo, who beats the outfielder with her line drive and then raced around the bases for the triple. Aubrey getting a majority of the vote from Colonel Crawford fans ahead of the Hillsdale duo of Taylor Morgan and Lacey Huber. So congratulations, Aubrey Zizzo. Yeah, well-deserved little break and a pat on the back from your coach. So there you have it, last week's winner. And I do need to go over something for you folks. I put it in the comments in the description of last week's nominees. You get 1 vote. 1 vote per week. I saw some certain family members of Aubrey giving multiple votes. I will allow that. I didn't take the second vote for you, but you can't do it again. I will see. If you vote multiple times, I won't count any of them. 1 vote per person, please. If not, there will be consequences. You don't want that. Because here, Big League's weekly top 40 minus 35, we are very strict. And we want the exact winner to be 1. So there you have it. But now, let's get back into things and give you this week's nominees for Week 3's Chart Topper. Our first nominee comes from the state-ranked and defending regional champ Calvert Senecas, as Mason Johnson, honing his inner Aerosmith, having the ball singing, "Take me to the other side of the fence." We will actually have more from this game coming up. Smash hit number 2 comes from Crestview's Gavin Barker, sending one deep into the left center gap, and like Evanescence, he's trying to bring the Cougars back to life. However, they would fall 2 runs short at Clear Fork. Now to softball, where Perry's Marley Peru is like Paula Abdul singing "Opposites Attract." That's an Oppo Taco, as the Lady Panthers prevail over the D3 Power Hillsdale Lady Falcons 4-1. Not often do we see artists produce 2 top 10 hits in the same week, but Willard's Elijah Reed joins the ranks of the Beatles, 50 Cent, the Bee Gees, and Usher. That's 2, count them, 2 3-run homers in the same game. His 6 RBI helped Willard knock off Calvert 11-10 in extras. And finally, we head to Wayne County, where last year's state championship chart topper Connor Gaddy closed the door on a Waynedale win over Worcester, and like Montgomery Gentry, he's singing "Give Me Speed," and that's a bases clearing triple. So there you have it, folks. The 5 nominees for this week's chart topper. Just comment in the comments section below, and I will have another video out also where you can vote. And remember, 1 vote per person. If you vote multiple times, I will not count them, and well, maybe you won't be able to vote ever again. We'll see. But 1 vote per person. Now, most of these athletes in greatest hits also make our MVP segment, where they answer a couple questions and then give their shout out to anybody and as many people as possible. We're still trying to get them to go more than 2 or 3 people, but we'll get there. Anyway, we've compiled all those shout outs into a segment that I like to call the Talk of the Town Shout Out Edition, brought to you by Plymail Insurance Group. Let's roll it.
And Grant, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Well, shout out to Travis. I know he's been doing this. So, shout out to the brothers, and I know I got Marcus watching in Columbus, and then shout out to my whole team. I know Cooper played a great first base. Drew was lights out over there at third. I'm just really proud of those guys.
Phenomenal. Thank you so much. Finally, as always, you want to look into the camera and give anybody a shout out you'd like. Go for it, my friend.
I'd like to give a shout out to my family for coming and supporting me every game. My grandpa and my parents and everybody that comes out and supports me.
I'm going to shout out my teammates because I think they're the most important thing, and it's a team sport. So I think this win, it's all of us. So I'm going to shout them out because I think we're playing really, really well.
It's amazing. I mean, having one of the two of the best pitchers in the state in Division III really doesn't make us score as many runs, but the rest of our pitching staff's really good too. So shout out to them for being.
I'd like to shout out Erod for getting the last hit. I'd like to shout out my dad for teaching me how to play baseball, introducing me to the game.
And there is the Week 3 edition of the Talk of the Town Shout-Out Edition, brought to you by Plymail Insurance Group. We're about to wrap things up here on the Roundup with me, Big League, brought to you by Spherion Mid-Ohio. But before we go, let's take a look at what we have to offer on the OH Report live streams and highlights for the next week. And it's a special week, Wendy's Softball Classic weekend. Hopefully Mother Nature actually cooperates. There is rain in the schedule for Friday and Saturday, but we hope we get all 8 of our live streams as well as some extra highlights in. But we know right now it's looking good for tomorrow, Thursday, the game that will kick off our coverage. Marlington and Strasburg, both state-ranked. Marlington 10th in Division II. Strasburg, the #1 team in D4, defending state champs as well. We'll have that one for you live and free tomorrow night. And then Friday, 3 live streams, hopefully Mother Nature cooperates, like I said, starting off about 4:30. Ashland taking on Milford, then Amherst Steel Lebanon after that, and then the showcase game, a very big game as well, a rematch of last year's D4 District Championship. Both these teams moving up to D3 this year, so maybe another preview of a district championship game or a semifinal. Hillsdale taking on Loudonville. All 3 of those games hopefully will be live streams if Mother Nature cooperates. And then we will have Saturday as well, semifinal games and championship games as well. And then on Tuesday, we actually have baseball and softball from Hillsdale High School. We're hoping to get one of those live streamed on the softball side, but if not, we'll have highlights on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, a huge matchup in the KMAC. Northmore a game behind Fredericktown, state #1 in D3, the Fredericktown Freddies. That game will be live streamed from the Castle, live and free on Wednesday afternoon. Again, weather permitting. Hopefully Mother Nature keeps things in check and gives us baseball and softball for the next week. And that'll wrap things up here on the Roundup with me, Big League Berardi. Want to thank Spherion Mid-Ohio, our show sponsor, as well as Plymail Insurance Group, our Talk of the Town Shout-Out Edition sponsor. Make sure to get your votes in for this week's chart topper of greatest hits. And as always, 1 vote per person, please. I don't want to have to go in there and cut anybody off, but I trust you guys will do the right thing. But that's it for me, Big League. I'll see you next week.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
30th annual Wendy Spring Softball Classic, and it's a beautiful day to kick things off here on a Thursday at Brookside Park. A matchup of 2 of the 4 state-ranked teams in the tournament. The defending Division 4 and state number 1 Strasburg Franklin Lady Tigers taking on Division 2 number 10 Marlington the Lady Dukes. We got the action coming your way on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, and it's coming your way next.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. It's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you, especially if you're Tyler. Tyler. Our breakfast.
Oh. If you want a better breakfast you'll never forget, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
We welcome you inside the Mohican Adventures pregame show on this Thursday at the 30th Wendy's Spring Classic. Travis Berardi alongside Bryce Coder, and you couldn't have asked for a better day to play softball, Bryce.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect conditions, very little wind, low humidity. Sometimes in these hot days it'll get hot and sticky, but not today. Great day for softball.
And these two teams also hot softball squads on the diamonds this year. Strasburg 14-1, Marlington 15-1 as you see the players being announced. But let's get right into the tune of things and take a look at our team spotlight for the Lady Tigers of Strasburg. Strasburg, like I said, coming in 14-1 as you take a look at the roster players. Wiggs, Harvey, Seacrest, Allensworth, Gilkerson, Dreiger, Bassett, Reifenschneider, Spudell, sister Amelia Spudell, Sydney Cibula, the two Richards sisters Maggie and Ada, Riley Becker, and Lily Myers. A squad that they like to hit the long ball. Multiple players with 3 home runs each. As we look inside the team from Strasburg. We're going to head things down to the field for the national anthem. Back here, just about ready to go here in the Wendy's Classic game number 1 between Strasburg and Marlington. And Bryce, you know, you've had a couple games under your belt so far with the OH Report. How have you liked it so far?
It's definitely a new experience, you know, one that I really, really enjoy. I was talking to Brian earlier. I always love sitting at baseball games, giving my opinion of what I think's going on. But now I have an audience, right? So even better. Really great. I'm excited to get into softball, that faster-paced action. You know, baseball, a lot more positional, a lot more tactical. But softball, very much straightforward, fast-paced action.
And these two teams, this is going to be a fun game between both. Strasburg, they won a state championship. They threw out a runner at the plate to get the final out of the state championship, knocking off Lincoln View 3-2. Marlington, though, they had a tough loss. They were the top seed in their district, lost in the district championship to Mogador, the 6th seed, 6-5. As you see, both coaches out there about to do, I believe, the coin flip. They do that here at the Wendy's, where they decide home and away by a coin flip right before the start of the game.
Neutral ground, no advantage.
No advantage at all here inside the Mohican Adventures pregame show. The Lady Tigers, a good hitting squad thus far, 368 average, 15 home runs. And then pitching-wise, a .79 team ERA. They have one run, less than one run per game for this squad. 131 Ks, a 155 batting average against. That's phenomenal for a team, you know, looking to get back to another state championship.
Yeah, two really great hitting teams, but also two really great pitching teams. Both have great starters and also great bullpen as well. So I'm excited because if one of these hitters gets a hold of one, the velocity that some of these pitchers are dealing, I'm really excited to see how far it's going to go.
And now let's head things down. Brian Skoronsky here had an interview with head coach Tommy Spadell a little bit ago. Let's see what they had to say.
Season. Give our fans at home kind of a breakdown of what's been propelling you so far to be the #1 team in the state.
Well, you know, it always, with Strasburg, it always starts with pitching and defense. That has been really good all year, and then our hitting has been good. We've had a few games where we haven't hit quite as well as we wanted to, but with Strasburg, it's always going to be pitching and defense.
And obviously, when you're the defending state champions, a little bit of pressure you're going to have. You're back every single game. What have you seen from your girls so far that's allowed them to elevate and take on that challenge night in, night out?
Yeah, you know, we're a pretty veteran team. I have 6 seniors on this team and a couple juniors, so we're pretty veteran, which makes it nice, makes some things easy. We do have a big freshman class that they're helping bring along and show them the ropes and what they need to do and stuff to be successful. So it's due to that leadership that we're doing it.
And then you're back here at the Wendy's. I know that your programs have been here quite a few times. So what about this tournament and this event keeps you coming back?
Oh, it's a very well-run tournament, and you always get top quality teams, so it's a lot of fun being up here and just enjoying the environment and having fun.
All right, Coach, you're going to get a good luck tonight against a top 10 team in Division II, so best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Just about ready to go. Marlington will be the visiting squad, while Strasburg will be the home squad. So we will see Strasburg starter Amelia Spidell. So we are just about ready to go. And let's take a look at Marlington's lineup for today. Under head coach Joe Taglerini, Zoe Maxwell, Ava Collins, Cheyenne Knapp, Maddie Bailey, Emma Jackson, Faith Savage, Aubrey Miller, Sophia Nace, the starting pitcher today, Maria Walder, Grace Nace, Delaney Martz, and Ashlyn Maurer, the roster players for Marlington. Audrey Miller will lead things off for Marlington. She's a .426 batter this season thus far. As the umpires, well, they need to find their catcher's mask. So while we have a minute, let's take a look at Brian's interview with Marlington's head coach.
Tom Swidell Jr. joining me now, the head coach of Strasburg Franklin. And, ma'am, what another fantastic start for you to this season. Give our fans at home kind of a breakdown of what's been propelling you so far to be the #1 team in the state.
Well, you know, it always was Strasburg.
Umpire found his masks, and we're underway. Miller takes ball 1. 6 home runs, 16 RBI, 20 runs scored on the season. She takes strike 1. Coach putting Miller up at the top of the order. Despite her home runs, he wants to get her more at bats because she can really change a game. That's taken high for ball 2. Just underway here in the first game of the Wendy's Classic. The 2-1, it's fouled off into the stands. We'll go again at 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Spadell.
Beautiful change up there. Definitely guessing fastball, but got ahead of it there.
The third baseman, number 15.
1 down. 132nd strikeout on the season for Spidell. Brings up Emma Jackson. She takes that one outside, ball 1. Jackson, a .525 hitter. 20 RBI, 32 runs scored, 4 homers. That's taken for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Jackson's 1-1. Grounded past the second baseman and in the right field for a single. And Marlington with the first hit of the day.
The left fielder, number 24, Maria Walder.
That was a good job by her to take that pitch and knock it in the right field.
Yeah, great job keeping your head on it, staying away from those 2 strike counts, really doing a good job getting the ball in play.
Brings up Maria Walder. She takes strike 1. Walder, a .407 average, 14 RBI, 21 runs scored, 10 extra base hits, 8 doubles, a triple, and a homer. Looking to bunt there. Takes strike 2, though. And Spidell ahead in the count, 0-2.
She's getting a really good running start over at first base. Anything in play is moving that runner over to second base.
Marlington looking to play small ball here early on. 0-2 taken outside for a ball. It's 1-2. Marlington as a team, a .388 average, .457 on base. So that's taken for a ball. On base percentage is hits and walks in a game. They've scored 159 runs thus far in 16 games. The 2-2. Fouled off, will go again. Marlington's lone loss this season thus far to Warren Champion 5-4. It's back on April 8th. The 2-2. changeup popped up over the shortstop's head. Can't make the catch. Olivia Spidell tried to get there, but just off her glove. That's going to be a single. And now I'll put first and second here.
Great piece of hitting. Another changeup on a 2-2 pitch, but this one she sits on it and drives it into left center field. Great hit.
So that'll bring up Ava Collins. 400 average, 9 RBI, 16 runs scored. Takes strike one. Collins, 14 singles, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. 18 hits and 45 at-bats. The 0-1. Fouled back. Spidell ahead, 0-2.
So another 2-strike pitch in the pitcher's favor here. We'll see if she goes back to that changeup after it got hit last time, or if she'll come back with either a breaking pitch or a fastball.
And she nearly got her pitch there. Is just blew just over the head of her sister. So that's fouled off, and count remains 0-2. So Spidell ahead 0-2 on the count. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout for out number 2.
The second baseman, number 16.
Gets the foul tip into the glove of Sydney Cibula for the second out. Brings up Faith Savage. 451 average. Swung on and missed, strike one. Good movement on that. Jackson on second, Walter on first with 2 down. Those hits sandwiched around 2 strikeouts. The 0-1. High ball 2. High ball 1. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. So now Amelia Spidell has a chance to get out of the jam here after the 2 1-out singles. There is Jackson on second. The 1-2 fouled off. We'll go again. This is the 3rd straight batter to foul off a 2-strike pitch.
She's really starting to get after him. Those first couple of batters, she fell behind 1-0 in the count, was able to work her way back in, but the hits, and now she's getting ahead in these accounts.
1-2 pitch. Changeup outside, evens the count at 2. So you take a look at the Bob and Bob Doors replay. Top of the first here on the Donley Ford of Ashland scoreboard. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Spidell gets out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. Strasburg 0, Marlington 0. Lady Tigers come to bat.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
Bottom of the first here, Strasburg's first at bat of the Wendy's Classic, Amelia Spidell. 3 strikeouts around a couple hits. She leads off, fouled off the first pitch against Sophia Nace. 0.66 ERA. That's going to be popped up into left center. Over to make the grab is center fielder Cheyenne Knapp for the first out.
Great pitch. He was able to get a hold of it, put it out into left center field with that hit, but it was a pop-up just a tiny bit under it there. Otherwise, it would have been a base hit.
That'll bring up Haley Reiger. 364 average this season. Takes strike one.
That looked like a planned take. She had no intention of swinging on that first pitch there.
Some players do take the first pitch just to get themselves set up. That's what I used to do when I played. Fouls that off. And Nace now ahead 0-2.
With what a great pitcher Amelia is, I wonder what she's guessing right here, what she thinks she's going to face on this pitch.
The 0-2 line drive flared in the left. It's a single. And Strasburg now with a 1-out base runner. It'll bring up Olivia Spidell. Olivia, a 6.22 average, 3 homers, 17 RBI.
An off-speed pitch there that was a bit inside, but she guessed that one perfectly and put it over the shortstop's head.
First pitch to Spidell inside, ball 1. So we'll see if Nace kind of pitches around Spidell the first time around. The 1-0. That one, she just got under it a little too much, but it drops in. A Texas leaguer drops in for a single.
Yeah, I think that's likely going to be ruled a hit there. A long run from the center fielder and a great try at that a diving grab, but fortunately unable to bring it down with her.
Nice effort there by Knapp, but just couldn't get it to fall into her glove. And just like Marlington, Strasburg with 2 1-out runners, so that's fouled over our heads for strike 1. Runners on first and second here. In the bottom of the first. Strasburg, their lone loss came a week ago to Indian Valley, 1-0, a pitcher's duel for their lone loss of the season. It's taken for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1 for Maggie Richards. Richards, a .429 batter. She pops this up. Going to be room for Collins, but instead, Emma Jackson calls her off to make the catch, and now 2 down here in the bottom of the first.
That ball was hit high, but she still had to run about 30, 40 feet in order to get over to it. Great athleticism there over at third base to get to the foul ball.
Yeah, the catcher looked like she had it lined up, but the third baseman calling her off, saying, I have a good angle, I can make the catch.
Well, that can be such a hard catch as a catcher because the ball's going away from you. It's not so much coming towards you as it is on the field.
Sydney Sibla up, fouls that off as he just took a look at the starting 9 for Strasburg. There they are, Spidell, Reiger, Olivia Spidell, Maggie Richards, Sibla, who's up now, Amelia Spidell, Audrey Allensworth, Lily Myers, and Riley Becker rounded out. The 0-1. Inside, we're even at 1 apiece. Reiger on second, Olivia Spidell at first.
A quick pitch over from the catcher over to first base almost gets her. Able to slide back just by a fingertip in time.
Sydney Sibla, .391 average. 3 homers, 18 RBI, and she gets under this one. And Emma Jackson makes the catch to end the inning. Both teams 2 hits, but no runs. We've played 1. It's scoreless here at the 30th Wendy's Classic.
Looking for clutch swings, smash hits, rockin' dingers, and walk-off one-hit wonders? Tune in to Big League's greatest hits on the Roundup Wednesday nights with me, Big League Berardi.
Top of the second, about to begin here at the Wendy's, but we do have a programming note already. Milford in the red pool, they're supposed to play Ashland here on the main field, 4:30. Milford backed out, so they are automatically getting 3 losses. Ashland will move on. They will move Ontario and Poland Seminary to this field, so your 4:30 game tomorrow, the first game of Friday's action on the OH Report will be Ontario, the Lady Warriors, against Poland Seminary. Milford out, so Ashland will move on to the semifinal at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Top of the second, about to begin here. They'll bring up Ashton Maurer, the first baseman. Takes strike one. Maurer, a .300 batter. 12 hits, 6 singles, 4 doubles, and 2 dingers. She has 10 RBI. The 0-1 pitch. Outside. It's 1-1. Want to welcome everybody watching live and free this afternoon on the OH Report. Let us know where you're watching from. Give us a shout out in the fan zone. We'll shout you out on our fan zone. Pop fly, that is going to get out of play for strike number 2.
Both of these teams doing a really good job of staying with these 2-strike pitches and fouling them off. They are difficult pitches to get the bat on the ball, let alone put it in play. But, you know, great job of putting it foul so you can get another pitch.
So Amelia Spidell with another 2-strike pitch. Outside, evens the count at 2.
So another 2-2. Marlington doing a good job of working this pitch count up early.
And yes, we know softballers can pitch a lot more than baseball players, but still getting a pitch up to kind of wear them down is something for them. That ball's going to drop in due to the sun as it falls in front of the right fielder, Riley Becker. She lost it in the light, and Maurer will get a double out of it.
Yeah, just that one sliver where the sun is shining the brightest, and that's unfortunately where she needed to be to field the ball. She shielded her eyes as soon as the ball was put in play, and she had to make a choice there between letting the ball hit her or just letting it hit the ground, unfortunately.
So that is a double, a Wendy's double, per se, as you take a look at Marlington's bench. Cheyenne Knapp takes strike 1. The 7-batter here in the Marlington lineup. First possible run of the game at second with nobody out. That's fouled back. And Spidell ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Marlington, this is their 3rd appearance here in the Wendy's tournament. They were here last year. They are 2-2 in the tournament. And you have to remember last year, the Saturday games, semifinals, championship, losers bracket, semis, and championship were called off due to rain, so they only got 1 game in. Line drive, that will drop in front of the right fielder. Maurer advances to third on the single by Knapp, and Marlington again now in business with nobody out with runners on the corners.
Again, doing a really good job of staying with these pitches, even the breaking pitches that you're expecting. They're going to try to paint the corners on these, but you got to stay with them, keep the bat down, put the ball in play, and that's exactly what happened here. Runners on the corners.
So runners on first and third now with nobody out for Maddie Bailey. She takes strike one. Bailey, a .297 hitter, 11 hits in 37 at-bats, all singles. Spidell could use a strikeout here. Just takes outside for ball one, evens the count.
It's frustrating as a pitcher when you're having no issues with command. You're getting the ball into the strike zone, but they're putting the ball in play and hitting the ball well. Not much you can do.
Just catches the outside corner for strike two, and once again Spidell ahead in the count. Count was even for the double. 0-2 for that single to right, and she's ahead now, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the third batter of the inning. The 1-2. Ground ball to first. They're going to tag her out. Runner will advance to second, but Maurer stays on third, so a big first out for Strasburg Franklin.
What a smart play there to field it and go straight for the tag, not necessarily running right to the bag, because the second you turn your back to the player, they're running straight for home.
Absolutely. So a heads-up play there by Ella Gilkerson to keep the runner at third. Second and third now with one away as Delaney Martz takes strike one, the 9-hitter. Martz, a .250 hitter, 6 hits and 24 at-bats. She does have 6 RBI. Audrey Miller, who struck out in the first, is on deck. It's a bunt. They're going to throw to first, get her there, but the run will score. It's a sacrifice squeeze, and it's a 1-0 Marlington lead.
Fantastic bunt on the baseline. There's really not much you can do as the fielder. You've got to get an out somewhere, and it has to be at first, because otherwise that runner's not moving home and you've got bases loaded. Smart play there.
So the third baseman, Allensworth, she decides to take the out instead of holding it to load the bases. I think that's the right call, especially early on in the game. You don't want to get it out of hand, but you can afford a run or two. You need a run anyway if you want to win. So,
especially to bring up with 2 outs, you just take the force at first base on the next play if you can get it. 1 run, I mean, it hurts, but you're hopefully going to be able to hit the ball in the next few innings to get yourself back in this.
Especially with the lineup that you have and the power hitters that you have.
Oh, both of these sides, and that's what's amazing about both of these teams is no matter how far down you go in the lineup, every single one of these girls can hit the ball, and they can hit the ball hard.
So a 1-1 count here with 2 down. As you take a look at Marlington's batting order: Miller, Jackson, Walder, Collins, Savage. It's that changeup into left field. It's a single. It's an RBI, and it's 2-0.
Shortstop had a really great jump on it, but unfortunately just outside of her grasp there. She reached far but couldn't get to it.
So a 2-out RBI makes it 2-0. As Emma Jackson takes strike one. Runner on first now with 2 out, but Marlington has struck first with 2 runs. Jackson singled on that pop-up just over the shortstop's head in the first inning. So a 1-1 count here. Taken at the knees, strike 2.
They could really use a strikeout right now, not just to get them out of this inning, but just the momentum boost coming into the dugout, coming up to their bat.
Lady Tigers will have their 5, 6, 7, 8 hitters. That's a fly ball to right, but the right fielder can't get it. She dropped the ball. Around third is Miller. She will score. Down to third. Got her. The run will score to make it 3-0, but Jackson thrown out at third. A diamond cut nominee there despite the run scoring. It's 3-0. Strasburg coming up for their second at bat.
Welcome back live to Brookside Park in Ashland, Ohio, here on OH Report at the Wendy Spring Classic. Thank you very much for your patience as we went through the weather delay along with Hayden Gray, Adam Thompson, Brian Skoronski, and Travis Berardi. I'm Keith Kokinda. We were interrupted in the top of the 7th in this opening game between Ontario and Poland Seminary with the Ontario Warriors holding a 3-2 lead going into the final inning. They got it started off in the first. Jocelyn Frazier, a 2-out home run off of Katie McDonald to give the Warriors the lead, but the Bulldogs answered in the bottom of the first after a walk to Leanna Boccieri. She was forced on a fielder's choice from Mary Brandt, who then stole second and scored on a hit by Katie McDonald. That leveled things up at 1-1. We stayed there until the third when Brandt homered to lead off the third inning and give Poland Seminary their first lead of the game. Then McDonald slammed the door on the Warriors for an inning, but then with 2 outs in the 5th, Taylor Mullins homered to tie it up, and then she was followed up by Trista Jewell, who singled and scored on a ball hit by Jocelyn Frazier, which was ruled an error after it was dropped by the center fielder, Taylor Mullins. And so she didn't get the RBI, but she did get the go-ahead run home to make it 3-2. So Brandt has scored both runs for Poland Seminary. And she's got one of the RBIs along with McDonald. McDonald has gone 6+ so far. She struck out 4 batters, giving up the 3 runs on the 7 hits. Three of the 7 hits for the Warriors have been for extra bases. McDonald has not walked a batter in this game. On the other side, Eden Howard, pitching for Ontario, has been very good, not just pitching, but defensively as well, making several very good to outstanding defensive plays. She also helped her cause as well at the plate, getting a hit in the 2nd inning. You know, she's given up the 2 runs on 6 hits. Each team has an error. So we're going to take a little break, go to the interviews that we did before the game that we didn't get a chance to show you with our 2 coaches. So we will put those up and then be back as the grounds crew, as you can see, working hard to get the field ready as we resume play between Ontario and Poland, Game 1 of the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
I'm here with Ontario head coach Sean Snow. 10-4. Yeah. Good record so far. This is, I think, what, 2nd consecutive time here at the Wendy's?
Yeah, actually, my 5 years of coaching minus COVID year, we've been here every year.
And just how important is it to get your girls out here mid-season playing in a tournament like this against some competition you normally won't see?
It makes you better. I mean, if you look at our record, we're 10-4. 3 of our losses are 1-run losses. We have to figure out how to win those games, and playing teams like this will do that for us.
And you guys have a batting average over 380 right now. You have a lot of power hitters as well. I've seen myself 3 hitters hit balls out of the park in one game. Just how nice is it to have multiple players that can knock it out of the park, get you some big hits?
Definitely nice. You know, you just have to remind them that, you know, we don't have to swing for it. Just putting the bat on the ball is it's huge for us. But 20 home runs in 14 games, I'd say it's a pretty good start.
You're going up against Katie McDonald, a really tall pitcher, also a power header. How do you approach her at the plate, and how do you approach her pitching to her? Because she's been able to really excel on both sides.
Yeah. Honestly, this is what I love about this, because I can't give you a good answer. I mean, it's going to be experimenting, trying to figure out what to do. You have to have a pitcher in the circle that can throw multiple pitches, and that we do tonight. We're going to throw E. Howard tonight. We're going to mix the speeds and help out a lot with that, I hope, and we'll see.
All right, best of luck, Coach.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Here with Poland Seminary head coach Jim Sarich. Coach, 9-5, but in your conference you play what you just told me, a meat grinder of a schedule. How, getting out of there, getting to the Wendy's, playing some other competition, how nice is it to be able to get out of, I guess, that meat grinder to face other good squads that you probably don't see often?
The reason we're down here is for the competition. We never shy away from anybody. We schedule out of our league. We've got Boardman twice, Canfield twice. I mean, always good programs. We're always looking to play good competition.
And I know you're led Katie McDonald. She's going to be on the mound today, but she also at the plate, a pretty good ball player, over 1,000 OPS. Just how nice is it to have a dynamic player just like that to help lead this squad?
Katie's been here. This is her third year. This is the last year with the seniors that missed their freshman year because of COVID. It'd be interesting to see what Katie's numbers would be if she had that fourth year. But, she's a great kid to be around. She works hard. She keeps us in every game. And Mary Brand at short, she's been a 3-year starter. She's only a junior, and she's leading. I think she's leading our league in hitting or in the top 5. So, having those two at the short position and pitcher is really nice.
I know our fans, they're used to Ontario playing here. They're a local team. But for our fans here around the area that don't know about Poland Seminary, just what can you say about this team?
Well, we're young in a couple spots. We've got 3 freshmen starting. But, with the youth comes some adjustment. But they've really played well. We're just happy to come down here and play some games and get some good competition and get out of the Mahoning Valley for a weekend.
All right, Coach. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Looking for clutch swings, smash hits, rockin' dingers, and walk-off one-hit wonders? Tune in to Big League's greatest hits on the Roundup Wednesday nights with me, Big League Berardi.
All right, welcome back. As you can see, the meeting there with the Ontario team. We are going to resume this game as soon as the field is ready. This is, again, 3-2 Ontario over Poland Seminary in the top of the 7th. So Poland will get to bat one more time. Then the scheduled next game that we're going to have for you here between Lebanon and Amherst Steel is at least going to attempt it to be started. However, we have been informed by John Davis, the tournament president and director, that if the rain returns, and that is a possibility looking at the radar, and that game is called or it can't be started, play will be ended for today. and they'll be resuming tomorrow morning. So that's where we stand right now. In the meantime, though, as the crew gets the field ready, we're going to resume that Strasburg-Marlington game from last night, and once we have the field ready, we'll return here to the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Be the momentum boost that you're looking for. Sure, they scored a run, but that was a big play on a big throw over to third.
And it gets Strasburg out of the top of the inning as Gilkerson takes ball 2. Nace only allowed 20 walks thus far this season, allowing only a 165 batting average against. The 2-0. Ground ball to third, picked up on the first. Great play by Emma Jackson to get out number 1. Count that 5-3.
Quick thinking. I mean, you could almost argue that that was instinct there. That ball was hit so hard, but she got the glove down, made the play, and made a great throw over to first.
Allensworth with the quick reflexes out there. Brings up Allensworth a .314 average, 1 homer, 5 RBI on the season. Takes strike 1. Myers-Becker before getting back to the top of the order for Strasburg. The 0-1. Inside, it's 1-1. One down here in the bottom of the second. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. And Nace is ahead 1-2. Allensworth with a .429 on-base percentage. She's walked 9 times this season. The 1-2 swung on and missed. She won't walk this time. That's strikeout number 1. Out number 2 of the inning.
These changeups from both of these pitchers are really keeping these hitters guessing. They're way ahead after seeing some of the velocity that they're dealing out in previous at-bats.
Ground ball just underneath the glove of the shortstop, and it's a 2-out hit for Lily Myers on the first pitch.
A good piece of first pitch hitting there. You know she's going straight for the strike zone, trying to dominate the strike zone early on in the count. Honestly, it's a great time to look for some of those hittable pitches that you're looking for.
Riley Becker, the 9-hitter. .290 batting average. Takes strike 1. Amelia Spidell on deck. She flew out to center to start the game. .01 fouled off. Nace ahead 0-2.
That looked to be an attempt at a slap bunt there. Now with 2 strikes, don't think it's going to be possible.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And despite the 2-out hit, Marlington puts another 0 up on the board. They lead it 3-0 after 2.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. It's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you, especially if you're Tyler. Tyler. Our breakfast.
Oh. If you want a better breakfast you'll never forget, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
3-0 Marlington as they come to bat here in the top of the third. Travis Berardi alongside Bryce Coder. Adam Thompson up here in the booth with us. Hayden Gray, Brian Skaronski down on the field giving you these awesome views as Marlington only gave up 1 hit in that inning. Gets out with another 0 against the defending D4 champs. Maria Walder takes the curveball for strike one. There's Wendy waving at us right now. Thankfully, there's no wind, so she's not flopping around like she was last year. The 0-1 pitch. Another curve in there for strike 2. And we have a good view here of that movement of those curveballs, Bryce.
Yeah, and it's interesting how, they can move outwards towards that right or left batter's box, but sometimes we'll even
back at Brookside Park in Ashland. This game has been declared over and official, so the Ontario Warriors win 3-2, and they will advance into game 12 tomorrow against the 12 against Ashland. Whether it be scheduled or not, we don't know yet. The rest of tonight's games have been canceled, so we will not have any more action tonight. Poland Seminary losing goes actually gets a bye into game number 26. The losers were scheduled to play Milford in game 14, but they withdrew. That game is tentatively scheduled for tomorrow at 12:30. So Poland Seminary will get the winner of game 13, which is going to be Johnstown going up against either Elyria or Perry. So that's where we stand with that. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll come back with our game MVP after this. This is the Wendy Spring Classic on OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. It's the kind of breakfast that really sticks with you, especially if you're Tyler. Tyler. Have breakfast.
Oh. If you want a better breakfast you'll never forget, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
Time now for our Wendy's MVP is Ontario sophomore pitcher Eden Howard. 6 hits, 2 runs. She had a K and also made some big outs. 2 hits also from the plate. First of all, congratulations. Let's start from the plate. What was your approach down there today to get 2 hits?
I just try to tell myself to relax, go up with confidence, just hit the ball, because when I'm pitching, I just got to not overthink things and just get up there and swing.
And then on the mound, you really went back and forth with their stud pitcher as well, only giving up the 2 runs. What were you looking for at on the pitcher's mound? Only 1 strikeout, but you were letting your defense play behind you.
Yeah, I mean, as a pitcher, you just have to trust your defense, and that's what I do. I try and do my job and get ground balls and pop-ups, and that's exactly what I did, and they were just there to back me up.
And also you made some nifty plays yourself, a couple liners back to you, a chopper back to you. Just what were you thinking when you saw those things come right back at your face?
I try to protect my face, first of all, but being a shortstop, I have a couple of practices at that and my reaction time and everything, so it was pretty good.
You guys beat a good Division I Poland Seminary squad. You guys, your 11th win of the season. Just what can a win like this do for you guys moving forward as you guys try for a district championship?
Definitely will boost our confidence and continue to work hard, push through, get through each game day by day, just keep on playing and having fun.
All right, and lastly, before we give you your present or your prize for today, look into the camera down there. Give anybody a shout-out that you'd like.
Shout out to my parents and my pitching coaches and my travel coaches for helping me get through this season, and just to keep on playing with swagger and confidence, and all my teammates behind me like Lena and Brinley and Olivia, who just always had my back.
Literally behind you. Well, they have something for you. You are our Wendy's MVP. So first, Brian Skoronsky is going to give you a bag full of a free combo and a free small Frosty as your friends. See, Frosties are so thick they don't go on there, but there you are. Today's MVP. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
As the rain resumes here in Ashland, another reason why the rest of today's play has been postponed, but there is the final in 6+ innings. Ontario beating Poland Seminary 3-2. So they will be, both teams will move into second round play. Again, it's a double elimination tournament. The schedule, John Davis is going to have a lot of work to do over the next few hours to get that schedule rearranged and make sure everything's ready to go. But we will be back tomorrow here on OH Report on both our Facebook Live page and YouTube channel to bring you more of the action. Again, we had 2 games scheduled for tonight that will be played tomorrow, Lebanon and Amherst Steel, and of course the big one Loudonville against Hillsdale. So on behalf of our entire OH Report crew, Hayden Gray, Adam Thompson, Brian Skoronski, and Travis Berardi, I'm Keith Kokinda. Good night from a very rainy Ashland, Ohio.